Hey everybody, me Briggsall. As you can see, I'm doing something slightly different. I'm recording my desktop as well as my face, as you can see with the webcam software thing there. The reason I'm doing this is because as much as I like to show gameplay footage, and as much as I like to be full screen face cam vlog type things, occasionally I don't like doing either of those things. I like just to chat about shit and kind of show off things as well at the same time. So at the moment, I'm in the process of loading up an update for World of Tanks. Now, some of you are going to say, there's no update for World of Tanks yet, not until Monday. Well, that's because I'm playing in the NA client. Now, there's a reason why I've been playing in the NA client, and that's because back in the day when I started playing, I was playing with an American guild, clan, team, whatever. So I started an NA account, and I've played it and played it and played it, and there's no point me not playing it anymore because I've spent a lot of money on it for a start, and it seems logical to kind of just, I don't know, carry on, I suppose. So that is why there's an update happening today, because America, for the first time in a long time, gets the update before the Euros get the update, which is amazing, really. It's quite amazing. Anyway, what is happening regardless of that, as you can see on my desktop, I've got a pretty decent setup here. I've got a Rainmeter kind of layout of Deus Ex-ness. I am a massive Deus Ex fan. I love it to bits, and I love the kind of GUI, the graphical user interface in the Deus Ex game in general. This is Human Revolution we're talking. So I thought, let's see if someone's been cool and created one, and they have. Someone has literally created a set of skins that you can put onto your computer using Rainmeter. All you need to do is search for Deus Ex skins for Rainmeter, and you'll find them. It's that simple. You just need to set it up correctly. Here we have it. You know, we've got all my hard drive space. As you can see, I'm not lacking in any of those areas. I've got links to my other computer, which has got a lot of my media on. I've got a power usage bar here, which is completely useless because I'm on a PC, so there's no worry about that sort of thing. We've got meters on the right hand side. We've got network meters, we've got CPU meters, we've got memory and all that sort of stuff. We've got a media player, which I don't actually use anymore, so I tend to get rid of that. My location with what is supposed to happen this weekend, my user account, date, night, time the computer's been on, all the stuff that you would hope for things. Now this box here is actually a quote box, and for some reason it's recorded a quote as saying 0 by 0, so yeah, what are you going to do? So generally I find it a nice little bit of kit. It makes me get information without having to press my computer and seeing how much, and I can also, you know, if I press the H drive, it actually opens the H drive, you know. Luckily I didn't press the one that's got all my porn in it. No, I'm joking. I don't have any porn. Not stored. No, I'm joking, of course. I'd never admit it. Is that an admission by saying that I'd never admit it? I don't know. Anyway, this has got really weird very quickly. Regardless, the reason why I'm doing this video in the first place is two reasons. One, some news has happened in the last week that I need to tell people about because it affects me. Therefore, it changes things on this channel, and maybe it changes your perception of me, maybe by telling you what I'm going to tell you. So I found a couple of things out. First thing is the difference between the weighing scales at my doctor's surgery and the weighing scales at my appointments when I go to the hospital, which is about an hour down the road, is roughly 1.4 kilograms, which means that I weigh more on the scales here than I do when I go to the hospital and get weighed. Makes no sense whatsoever. That's the trivial bit out of the way. The next bit is quite serious because it affects my health. Now, ever since my little turn at the end of February this year, where I ended up in hospital for a few days, I haven't been feeling great. I've been feeling up and down, in and out, and very sensitive about it as well, because I told you about this last week. And so I had blood tests done a couple of weeks ago when I went to see the dietitian, and the blood test came back when I went to the hospital, the Chichester Hospital, on Tuesday, i.e. a couple of days ago. And they basically informed me that I am lacking a lot of iron in my diet, or in my system in general. My hemoglobin levels is low, my ferritin levels are really low, my platelets are not overly low, but they are on the low side, along with a couple of other things like vitamin D and that sort of thing. Now, when I first left the hospital to come home after the surgery, I was told only to take one set of these vitamins a day. These are the A to Z Boots General vitamins. One a day for 6 weeks, and then just carry on after that, one a day. And to take vitamin D, another set of Boots vitamin D. One of those a day. There is no mention of any iron. There is no mention of B12, vitamin B12 that is, and there was no mention of calcium. Although they, I would say, recommended it. They suggested as much, but they never said to do it. There's a difference. I go back to the dietitian and they hand me this piece of paper. Where's the piece of paper? I haven't got it on me. But basically a piece of paper that says you need to do double the amount of multivitamins you take, double the amount of vitamin D, double the amount of calcium, and take iron tablets. Lo and behold, I'm now finding that I'm basically anemic in regards to iron deficiency, which means that I am the last 3 or 4 weeks that I've been suffering from lightheaded spells, a little bit of dizzy, a little bit of nausea, a little bit of lethargicness, a little bit of lack of energy and all that sort of stuff, could be down to my iron levels being really low. It culminated in yesterday me having to leave work early because one, I was having a very bad day in regards to my movements. So not these sort of physical movements, I'm talking about my bowel movements. I know this is a lovely topic, but yay. So with that and the fact that I've got a bad back that came on yesterday as well, this past week hasn't been fantastic in regards to my health. So today I've gone down to the doctor's. I've got my iron tablets. Little bit of inconsistency on how many I'm supposed to take a day. The prescription says 1. The box actually says take 3 a day. I'm going to take 1 because I'd rather have some iron than too much iron. Because the amount that they give you in 1 tablet is 486% your recommended daily allowance. If you're low on iron, which I am, that is going to be pretty decent, and I'm hoping it's going to help in the next few days so I can feel better. Doesn't mean I don't feel very well all the time. It means that I'm having spells of feeling ill, which is unpleasant at the best of times, because one minute I'm feeling great, like I am at this moment in time. The next minute I feel like I'm losing some form of control. I feel weird is the only real way I can describe how I feel when I have these kind of spells. I feel that I'm not fully in control of my body anymore, or my mind, or whatever. So it seems a bit weird. Hopefully this can help, which is the whole point of going to the doctors and getting prescribed such and such. I'm also having my vitamin B12 injection next week. I'm also having another blood test, which is roughly about 5 or 6 days after I've started the iron treatment, which means that hopefully they'll pick up on the fact that I have more iron in my system. And then I can go back to the doctor in a couple of weeks just to see how those tests have gone and how I'm feeling in regards to myself again. Hopefully I will feel better. Simple as that. Other than that, not much else is going on. There are family events happening in May and at the end of this month, in the next week or so. I'm still working as much as I can work, given my current fitness or physical health it does allow. Unfortunately, I was thinking of taking a trip up north to see my dad and my brother, and generally to spend some time with the family that I don't usually get to spend a lot of time with. And it's a shame, really, that the doctor's appointment that I've had to make is right bang in the middle of when I said I was going to go. So, unfortunately, that's almost certainly cancelled the trip. Now, I could cancel the appointment, but I've got it with the doctor that I actually want to see, rather than a doctor that they give you because you're asking for an appointment as soon as possible. So I'm not going to turn that down. I'm going to actually hopefully find out that everything is going better, and what I will do is I'll probably leave it a couple of weeks before the next video, and I will update accordingly then about how things have gone. Other than that, I'm happy to say I've got a tax rebate because I haven't earned enough, so I don't have to pay tax on it. This past financial year, I've lost another couple of pounds worth of weight this past week, although the scales are telling me one thing. Two different types of scales are telling me two different weights, so it's a bit difficult to actually judge whether or not I'm, losing that weight. But other than that, not much else is going on, so I'm going to try and get this back fixed in a way that will help, and we'll go from there. That's it. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching. Apologies for the video in this form. I know it's not exactly the most easy thing to watch, but it's information, and I like the way that my desktop is set up, and I thought I'd show you guys, so there you go. Alright, thanks very much for watching, everybody, and possibly see you next time. You never know.